At a stalled occupied elevator, something is always happening, whether you acknowledge it or not, even when you're standing still, even when you're waiting. Waiting does not pose risk, it simply changes who owns it. People often misunderstand waiting as a passive, safe state, as if doing nothing somehow freezes the incident in place. But a stalled occupied elevator is not static. It is a live, evolving environment, one that directly tests elevator rescue safety standards and exposes gaps in elevator rescue safety measures when responders are unprepared. Mechanical systems continue to behave according to physics, not policy. Human beings inside continue to experience fear, discomfort, medical stress, and uncertainty. Time does not stop just because responders choose not to act. I'm Michael Dragonetti, owner of Dragon Rescue Management, and one of the most dangerous misconceptions I encounter, often due to inconsistent elevator rescue training requirements and outdated elevator rescue training standards, is the belief that stalled occupied elevators exist in black and white terms. They don't, and neither does real-world decision-making. The phrase "hurry up and wait" sometimes is deeply embedded in emergency response culture and reinforced by informal fire department elevator rescue protocols. Sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it's necessary. Waiting can be a deliberate strategy when it's informed, purposeful, and actively managed in accordance with elevator rescue safety protocols and elevator emergency response procedures. But at a stalled occupied elevator, waiting is never neutral. People are confined inside a mechanical system governed by designed limitations, elevator safety features, and failure modes that responders must understand through elevator rescue safety training. Anxiety builds. Communication degrades, medical conditions can worsen, behavior changes, sometimes unpredictably. Passengers may attempt self-rescue, interfere with components, or panic in ways that escalate risk. Meanwhile, responders on scene are gathering or failing to gather information required for an effective elevator rescue risk assessment, which will directly influence the outcome. And yet, I hear this phrase constantly. We didn't want to touch anything. We were always told to wait for the elevator mechanic. Here's the part no one likes to acknowledge, especially when elevator rescue training programs are incomplete or inconsistent. Not touching equipment does not remove responsibility. Waiting for someone else does not transfer accountability. The moment you arrive and assume control of the scene, you are already involved in the outcome under accepted elevator rescue standard operating procedures. Whether you act or choose not to act, you are influencing what happens next. Waiting does not make the situation safer. It simply limits your influence over it and exposes responders to unnecessary elevator rescue liability prevention concerns. This is not an argument for rushing. It's an argument for awareness. A stalled occupied elevator incident is not about speed. It's about understanding. Understanding what the elevator is doing based on training from a formal elevator rescue training program or a manual and established elevator rescue training guidelines. It is important to understand what the occupants are experiencing. Understand what risks are increasing, which ones are stable, and which ones are being ignored under the false comfort of inaction. Hesitation without awareness is not caution. It's uncertainty masquerading as safety, and it directly undermines elevator rescue safety requirements intended to protect both responders and the occupants. True professionalism at a stalled occupied elevator means recognizing that time is variable and not a pause button. It means actively managing the scene, even while you wait, using appropriate elevator rescue tools and equipment, maintaining communication, ensuring elevator rescue team requirements are met. Because waiting without assessment, without communication, without situational ownership allows risks to grow unchecked and increases exposure to elevator rescue liability management issues after the incident. In my next video, I will talk about scene ownership and why unclear authority is one of the most dangerous conditions at a stalled occupied elevator, especially in elevator rescue training environments where complexity and consequence are amplified. Silence is not safety, and waiting is still a decision. Work smart, work safe, train often, train safe.